It's story time. Change yourself and not the world. A long time ago, people lived happily under the rule of a king. They led a very prosperous life with an abundance of wealth and no misfortunes. One day, the king decided to visit distant places of historical importance and pilgrim centers. He decided to travel by foot and to interact with his people. People from the distant places were very happy to have a conversation with their king, knowing that he had a kind heart. After several weeks of travel, the king returned to his palace. He was quite happy that he had visited many pilgrim centers and witnessed his people leading a prosperous life. However, he had one regret. He had intolerable pain in his feet, and it was his first trip by foot covering a long distance. He complained to his ministers that the roads weren't comfortable and that they were very stony. He could not tolerate the pain. He was very much worried about the people who had to walk along those roads, and it was too painful for them too. Considering all this, he ordered his servants to cover the roads in the whole country with leather so that the people of his kingdom can walk comfortably. The king's ministers were shocked to hear his order, because that would mean that thousands of cows have to be slaughtered in order to get a sufficient quantity of leather. Also, it would cost a huge amount of money. Finally, a wise man from the ministry came to the king and said that he had another idea. The king asked what the alternative was. Then the minister said, "Instead of covering the roads with leather, why don't you just have a piece of leather cut in appropriate shape to cover your feet?" The king was very much surprised by his suggestion and applauded the wisdom of the minister. He ordered a pair of leather shoes for himself and requested all his countrymen also to wear these shoes. Moral of the story: instead of trying to change the world, we should try to change ourselves. To support us, please subscribe to Storytime.